Hello everybody. I hope my is this working. Just make sure. Okay, hopefully you guys have my voice. Um okay. First I'd like to go let me show you just what I have here. This is my watch list. I have
Hello,
my indexes here and I have my main watch list here, the main names I watch, and I have these charts of all time frame that I always look at them. So just to mention, this is the 1 min, 5 min, 15, 30 min, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, and weekly. First, I'd like to go over the indexes and show you guys what's going on overall in the market. Hopefully, I can do that very fast. Let's look at SPX. So this one, as you can see, is a daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. Ignore these lines; these are my levels. So just wanted to show you guys like what's going on exactly. Like if you notice in the quarterly, we can see in the TTM squeeze, last two quarter we got two dark blues, and in the monthly chart you can see that in around March we're starting having a dead cross. That's why market is bearish, and right now the 20% level of the bear market, which is 38.55, I believe. If you get 80% of this 48.18 SPX, you get 38.50 something. So that's the level, that's the key level that if once we pass that, which we tried few times, we tried last week one time but it failed and bounced back down. So it's we need what we need is a golden cross on the weekly to confirm that this bear market is finished, because that's what happened in the corona time. If you go back 2020, you can see here in 2020 here we got a golden cross on the weekly chart in around June, end of May, middle of May. So at that time market starts running and just went up for 1 year and a half. So until then it still is put time. Yes, we get rallies like today, maybe it goes one more 2 days up, but market always finds a reason to go down. Because why? The monthly is down. The monthly chart, like for example, let me just show you a few names. Look at Meta. For example, Meta, look, Meta, the quarterly chart got a dead cross. When a name quarterly MACD got a dead cross, you just want to avoid it for a long time, because that's gonna take long time to get a golden cross again. For example, let's just look at Apple. Apple here in 2017, it got a golden cross on the quarterly. Look, from 27, and it kept going until, I mean, it get a hiccup in the corona time, but then later on until here, you know, it kept going until here we got a dark blue on the TTM squeeze. It's still not dead cross. I mean, it's still a strong, a very strong name, but I just wanted to show you that, names like AFRM, like, names that, just crazy name, like PayPal. Let's look at PayPal. Um, PayPal, like, just look at it. When name gets, the monthly chart get a dead cross and then the quarterly got a dead cross, it's gonna take a long time to get over this. For example, if you go back in time in QCOM, it took like 20 years, I believe. Let me see. Quarterly max. Okay. It took 20 years because in 2000 it was 100. Here, it was 101. Almost 100 in 2000. It took 20 years to pass 100. And then once it passed 100, it flew up, double. But then you gotta be careful if it goes again below 100. If this get dead cross, it can go again down. Anyway, going back to indexes, right now look at the Dow Jones. Just bringing that chart up. Dow Jones, the quarterly is about the dead cross. Monthly, weekly is already down. Daily is giving a little bit hope, but gotta be careful. If the next quarter this gets dead cross, it can go below 29,667. This is a very key level, 29,667 for Dow Jones. And then looking at the RUT, small cap. Small cap has been dead since November, but they already got a dead cross. They're already hovering around 1742, a very key level. But if soon we don't get a weekly golden cross on the here on the weekly, it can go farther down. It's possible maybe even go down lower. But anyway, just looking at the big picture, let's just go over what happened today. Today was very interesting. Why? Because when the market opened, let's look at SPY. Just bringing the chart to the open. The market almost, I think, went 20%. Almost went 3% down. I think 2-3% down. And if you notice, if you noted the futures over the weekend, like because it opened on Sunday, and then Sunday 6 p.m. it opens, and Monday 1 p.m. it closed, and it let me show you the futures. Actually, futures are jumping right now. It's good to buy some calls. If you have Thinkorswim, I think you can buy calls on the futures, but you need to set it up. Anyway, if you look at the futures over the weekend, it jumped all the way to 3,857, and then suddenly last night at 2 a.m. starts dropping until open. But the interesting thing was that when market dropped this morning, it has started as showing some weaknesses at the open, especially on some strong name. If you notice the last few days of market, there are some names that are pretty very strong, like Google, Amazon, Apple, and these names are the names that kept the market up last few days. And even the dip that happened this morning starts getting bought. Let's just look at the 1 min on Apple this morning. If I have the right chart, just double checking. Yeah. So the 1 min, when market opened on Apple, it jumped back up. It jumped back up. So it's showing some strongness. You see, it banks, and this level 137.14 that I have, it's a very strong level. It's a very important level. The green levels are the most important level. So it jumps up. So that shows that Apple is strong. And then you notice here 9:45, boom, you get about one big candle. Okay, that shows that Apple, something's going on. And also, if you have cheddar flow, you can see that since open, Apple was. Let me show you the Apple. Apple is at the open, calls start coming in, and then you can see there's 38,000 calls over 25,000 premium, 25,000 premium total, and there is 15,000 put overall total today. But the puts, the calls keeps coming in the Apple all day, just keeps coming. Apple wasn't the strongest name. Amazon and Google was better, but it's a name that keeps the market up. So anyway, if you note in the when market open, futures are flying. Let me just take a look. Yeah, futures are jumping right now. So if you note on the Amazon and all the names in the morning, they were all pointing down, especially SPY. Let me just show you SPY. The 15 min was pointing down here, and it was way oversold. The 30 min was oversold, but if you notice that until 10:30 we get a jump, and then it pulls back. But here the 30 min and TTM squeeze switches from red to yellow, and here we get a golden cross on the 50 min. That's all giving hope that okay, maybe there is a big bounce coming up. And you can see here that the 5 min started golden cross here. It goes up and down, but then here when these jumps happen and starts running up, we got a run up until here, which is like 12. Let me just double check here. Yes, so it goes until 10:30, and then the main event that happened was there was a news for SALM. Let me just double check that. What time was it? Yeah, so ASML, the news was okay. That was late at 12:30. What I wanted to point out that in the morning, like Amazon, you can see that 15 and 30 min, they both right at like before 10 a.m. they got a golden cross on the 15 and 30 min. Like this is very strong. When this happens, it's just super strong. And the 1 hour was already dead cross, but it came up. And what happened was market the 4 hour was already 4 hours MACD was golden cross on many names on Friday, but the pullback made it a dead cross. But the jump at the open, it reversed it back up. So you can see here that the 15 and 30 min got a golden cross on the Amazon, and then it starts running. From there, you just, if you have a good position, you have the patience to wait. You want to wait until you know 15 min at least gives a dark blue, or if you have more patience, you can wait until you see that 15 min dead crosses, then sell it. So anyhow, Google was a perfect one too. That was another example of strongness. And keep in mind, Google is splitting on July 15th. So Amazon jumped big before the split, Shop jumped big before the split, and it's Google turn. And it was a perfect dip at the open. It dipped. You can see here it dipped, and then in 20 minutes, in 40 minutes, it jumped over. This is really important. When a name fall and jumps over the opening price, that means it can jump much higher. It's a complete V recovery. Look, like from 20, it opened at 2150, it falls to almost 2100, and it passes, and then it keeps running 100 points more up from this V point. And just Google was just beautiful. I posted my target 2241, my next target is 2290. And one thing that is interesting that I want to really show you guys is that you can find any option strikes that you like, and look at it as a premium. Look at the premiums. Like for example, let's look at the Google 2200 this week, or 2250, even cheaper. 2250, I'm gonna add it here. Okay, so let's say you can add any premiums to the watch list here, and then you can see it. When you see a premium that is flying like this, the MACD is the open mouth like this, you want to keep holding it until maybe you get a golden cross, because this can jump up tomorrow too. If you note, Google itself, the 4 hour golden crosses it, and the daily finally gave a yellow bar, and it just was amazing. And it's possible even go to 2500 by maybe beginning of next week. Same like that happened like for Amazon and Google. Anyway, if you click on the premium of 2250, let's say you missed it in the morning, okay? You missed it in the morning, that you buy, that you jumped up, you say, oh my god, it went to 14, now it's so expensive, I'm not gonna touch. Okay, it's better. It's always remember, you don't want to buy something super high, because if you buy at the high, like let's say you buy at 14 and then it jumps, it falls to 8 or 9, you'd be like, oh my god, I lost $500 if you bought one contract. So then you lose 500 and you get out, but then later jumps up. So it's in option trading is all about the timing, where to buy. You never want to buy something that when, not never, but you most of the time you want to avoid buying any option when it's overbought, especially in the options. You look at just here, it jumped to 14, and it's overbought so big. You want to wait for a golden cross, which has happened here, and you could have bought it here at 9, and then wait until it got that cross happen. You could have sold at 15. 9, you bought at 9, you sold at 15, easy. Or you already made money, you bought it at 9, it's already 15, you just hold it, because the 5 min is already showing a strongness that it keeps rising. We're looking at the option premium of 2250 Google. We're not looking at Google, we're looking at the strike of 2250 call. So this is really important. This is one way to easily make money, because you can watch at the premium, see how it's rising. look at the, you can use indicator on the premium to analyze, is it gonna go higher, is the run over, or is it time to get out, or just should I hold it or not. So you see here that the 5 min gave a dead cross here, but it wasn't so big. It was 21, it dropped to 18, and it kept running, here was a good place like to take profit, was 230. But anyway, going back to Google, just want to show you guys here Google. There was a good time to take profit here and buy it back here again if you want, if you're a short-term trader. But the target was 22.41. I posted, you could have waited until then. At the end of the day, market was just going up and down. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia was another beautiful name today, because Nvidia, it was falling big time last few days, and last few days it was falling big time. But this morning when it fall to 140 is just a mental level, and everybody's mind like 140. Okay, that's this stock was 300 something last few months. So you can note here that the 5 min already got a golden cross here, and it kept it strong in the morning. It jumped, it pulled back, it jumped, it pulled back. But then once it passed this 143 and the TTM squeeze, you can see the 5 min starts establishing the light blue bar. It starts running, and it almost went to 148 from 140. And the rest of the day, we got a drop because of I think it was in news or something that we got to drop something. And then, but the key moment of today run, if you even missed the morning run in the morning, was at 11:40. At 11:40 was very interesting that everything, like, let me show you guys how I look at the market. This is how I look mostly at all the names: Netflix, Baidu, Baba, Nvidia, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, AMD, Square. So it's interesting, at 11:40 you can see here, look, 11:40 Microsoft jump, 11:40 here Tesla jump. Always remember, market goes all together, especially when the time everything goes together. It's just like a beginning of a start of a new wave. So at 11:40 everything starts jumping, and that was the time to buy something. It was a good interns time for for a long play, like by long I mean like maybe 1 hour, 2 hour. So here 11:40 everything starts jumping, and Nvidia wasn't too much strong, but Google was perfect at 11:40, Apple was perfect at 11:40, Amazon was perfect at 11:40, and you wanted to hold it until the 5 minute get a dead cross. So anyhow, Apple was amazing. I have a target of, it's possible to go to 144.53. The 4 hour is already beautifully. The TTM squeeze is just beautiful. Just look at these two bars. The daily is perfect. The weekly is perfect. It's possible. You never know. Tomorrow there's FOMC. So, but right now, if in a normal market, I would say Apple is gonna jump tomorrow. But we are still kind of in the bear market until we pass 3850, 3850 on SPX. If we pass 3850 on SPX, it's possible we go maybe even to 2950 or close to 4000. Another key level for the market to show a real bounce, real like a start of major bounce, is 4070 on SPX. If we get over that, that could start a big bounce. So anyway, Apple was just beautiful. You can see here that 30 min and the 15 min, they both got a golden cross at 11:40. That all the market jumps was a beautiful entrance there. It gave another one, as you note here. Let me just fix this. Okay, I gave another entrance here, opportunity to buy back at 1 o'clock, 1:15, and then Amazon was just a beautiful run. Baba was crazy actually. Baba opened in the morning, it fall big time, and it was very bearish compared to other names, and it kept under 116. But once once it get, here you can see that 1140, this one starts jumping too. But then what was interesting is that 116 was a key level. I have a key level 116. It was hovering around it, but then at 2 o'clock, it starts just non-stop run. You can see here, RSI got into overbought zone, and it's just starts. This is a just example. Like you can see, sometimes the name gets in an overbought zone, and it kept being there until it just goes get to the target. Like I had a target 120.29, and which it got there. Bidu, as usual, falls Baba. There was a news about, ASML, that White House says we're gonna suggest that they don't sell to China. That pushed Bidu and Chinese stock a little bit down, but market recovered. Market looked like it's spring that it wants to jump. Netflix on the news of the stringers, I don't know, that show that it was just strong in the morning. I had a key level. I mean, the morning was very interesting actually. Netflix was very bearish. You can see here that the 15 and 30 they were both pointing down. Look at here. 30 was pointing down, 15 was pointing down, and then 5 min was pointing down. But as soon as it got to the key level of 173, I even wanted to buy put, but then I realized the put is holding, is not rising. So I was like, maybe it's algos knows that this is the bottom, maybe it's gonna jump, and it sure did. As market jumped, and this one starts jumping, and you can see here same Netflix 1140 starts jumping, and then went to the next level 186, almost there. We'll see tomorrow. I mean, the thing is, Netflix last few weeks, it always goes to 190, around 190, 90 something, and then always something happens and it pulls back. Meta was another beautiful one that opened in the morning. Same thing. Meta is like Netflix too. They go up to 170 or something, then it falls back around to 150. But it's just a good opportunity to play. Again, here you can see that in the morning it starts jumping. It got over the high of the morning here, and once it got over it, boom, it jumps. And you can see here that here we got another golden cross on the 5 min. That was a good opportunity to grab it again. And I had a target of 16. You see, I have no target between 157 and 167. It's just between these two I have no lines, and exactly hit the 157, boom, 1 to 167. That's 10 points. That was crazy kind of today. But anyhow, this name, you can see the TTM squeeze 30 min until end of the day was bullish, and it was just beautiful. Tesla was crazy. Tesla got a news for the car, but everybody was kind of expecting jumping, but at the same time they said they're gonna close some factories for upgrade or something, but that seemed was scheduled before. Anyway, in the morning it starts dropping. It opened, it dropped. Everybody, I was about to get actually puts, but then all market starts jumping, and when market jumps, Tesla follows too. So Tesla followed, but it was interesting that it got to 700. I had these levels. You can see here 665. It passed it, went to the next level 679, went to the next level 693, and then 705. If you have any question, let me know in the chat room, so I have time. I can answer. Microsoft, another beautiful one. Microsoft wasn't as strong as other names. It was like kind of like Apple, but again, not a bad move. I didn't play that today. Google was just the most beautiful one. Google, as you note, has a split. Don't forget that. I posted it. It can go to 2500. So far, I think it's 2350 is possible, but if it gets over that to 2400 is possible too. The 4 hours golden cross daily already got a golden bar, a yellow bar, and let's see. AMD chips are in general they're a little bit weak because economy is about to slow down. That's what the Fed wants, and they already it looks there's so much news against chip makers right now. So you can see AMD wasn't that much exciting today, but again, not a bad move from 71 to 75. SQ, nothing exciting, but again, if you bought the dip. Shop was amazing actually. Shop was very interesting. Shop got a split, and it went almost to 400, which was after the split was almost 40, and then it starts dropping, and today gave a low of 29.70. But it was interesting. Last few weeks, whenever it went under 300, it jumped back. And today was very interesting. The same happened. Like it went under 30 and boom. As soon as it went under 30, you can see here we got a golden cross and just it starts running. But you know, the thing is about new names. Um, when a name splits, it becomes a little bit complicated, because the way that the options premiums works is gonna be different. Like if I don't know if you remember or not, Amazon, when it was the a split day, it went to 128. It was just crazy, and then boom, it went down a lot. I mean, we saw it went to 102. So that's why I mean some people hesitate playing Google now, because they saw Shop, they saw Amazon. They were like, okay, if Google's gonna do the same or not, but we don't know. We'll see. So far, it was great today. But yeah, again, Shop. You can see here that the 15 and 30, the mouth was open until end of the day, just non-stop, back to the level 34.21 that I had. BA closed red, but it was a nice dip and buy. QCOM, again, not much exciting. PayPal, nothing. So TLT actually was very interesting today. That jumped big today. It's still closed not bad. Um, let's look at the gold. Was very interesting. I noticed today gold dropped a lot and it stays down there, which is a good sign for bull players, because when gold falls, that means money is coming out of safety and probably is going into stocks. So that was a good thing actually. MDB was a good name today. Um, I didn't play. It's not on my main watch list, but it was not bad run. And if you notice, ES is jumping right now. So let's just look at the ES. The ES is the future of SPX. You can note if the weekly we got a yellow bar, that would be amazing. Because if you note here in May, look here what happened. We got a yellow bar, and from 3,800 it jumped to 4,200. So that's like 400 points when the yellow bar comes. So right now the weekly is still super red, but we'll see. The 4 hour, it dipped down, it gave a golden dead cross in the morning, but then it jumped back up. So it's all about, I think, FOMC tomorrow. So anyway, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any question or anything, that's it. Thank you so much. Just the only trick I want to show you guys today was like you can watch any premium you can use indicators on premium and know how far it can go up. Like for example, this Google. Look, from morning was $3 and went to 42. That's like 10x. And if you missed it at buying at 3 and you didn't want to buy at the top at 14, it gave you another many chances. Like here, what I do personally is like, for example, I wait for a golden cross. Like here, golden cross here, you could have bought it, or another golden cross here, short term, and another golden cross here, you could bought 18 and sell like 22.20, and another one here. This was a strong one. You could have bought here, like for example 22, and wait, sell it for 30, and then another one, for example here, you can see red turns yellow, so you can, for example, was 28, you could buy it and sell it for 30. And so this is just giving you example, like when you want to buy an option, you want to make sure that everything aligns with the setups you have in your mind. For example, the 15 minutes up, the 30 minutes up, and then the 5 min starts getting that light blue bar. Okay, this is a good place. So you start buying. When you get a 1 min golden cross, you start buying. And then here again starts, you get a golden cross, you wait for a 1 min. Even if it's high, you wait for a pullback. When 1 min MACD gets a golden cross, then you buy it. Those are the key thing that you never want to buy at the high of the day. You don't want to end up buying at the high of the day then, because if it falls, you don't know how long it's gonna fall. Anyway, just going back to the ES, Um, yeah, I'll probably finish it in next minute. Um, the ES is jumping right now, as you notice. We'll see if it gets 38.50, and if it gets over 38.57, which is was the high on Sunday, then